Alexa, play the GOAT.
I feel like most media outlets at this point are just writing articles. They're pretty much weapon using fake outrage just to get clicks, and of course they're going to use Endgame to get clickbaits, try to drum up some fake outrage. When really there's nothing really here to be offended by. So some genius put together this picture representing all the screen time each character has, and of course, the show media, the first thing they notice is that the females have less substantial time than the men. Now, of course, if you're a fan of the MCU, you understand why. Now, you look at these characters, Okoye, she's a secondary character in one movie. Black Panther, she's been in one movie. If we're not counting Infinity Wars and Endgame. So Carol Danvers, she's had one movie, and to be honest, she wasn't even supposed to be in. She wasn't supposed to be introduced until the next phase, until after Infinity Wars and Endgame. But of course, she was shoehorned because diversity. But but this is really the point here. Even when you give them what they want, they still find something to complain about, because that's all this really is. These people just want something to complain about. It's not really that they really want these people to have more screen time, because trust me, if you saw the movie, and you're a really fan of the MCU, would you really want Captain Marvel to have more screen time? When I went to the movies, spoiler alerts, Captain Marvel has like two interests, two interests. You know, when in the Avengers movies, when certain characters make an appearance and the crowd goes crazy, she had like two of those, except for no one cared, because Carol Danvers is a horrible character that no one's invested in. So when she made her two appearances that you would think people would clap or be excited about, the crowd really didn't go crazy, especially compared to the appearances of certain characters. Now, when you look at characters like Nebula, who I really liked in this movie, she has some really touching moments, especially with Tony. But she has like 41 minutes in this movie, which makes sense. She's an important character. She's very central. She's been central to the Thanos plot since the very beginning. She's been in she was in two Guardians movies, and she's the daughter of Thanos. Same with Rocket. He's been pretty central to the Thanos arc from the beginning, as he's a member of the Guardians. Wong, he's a secondary character in one movie, same as Okoye. And Valkyrie is pretty much the same. She's a supporting character in one movie. Now, all the characters were in Infinity Wars, but that's about it. Now, when you look at Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, and Hulk, these men pretty much started the MCU. Their characters anyway started the MCU. They've been around since the beginning. They built it to what it is. So of course they're going to have more screen time. It's not the creator's fault that the men who created the MCU and made it to what it was are white. Sorry. And spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen the movie yet, for whatever reason, Endgame is the end for Iron Man and Cap, two of the main characters of the MCU. So of course they're going to have more screen time to wrap up their story arcs. It only makes sense. They're not going to give the screen time to Captain America, who's had one movie and literally no development, and her story is far from ending, unfortunately. And while Thor's story hasn't ended yet, and neither has Hulk's, again, there's central figures in the MCU who still have some character development to actually go through, unlike Carol Danvers. Black Widow is the ending for her, so she, of course, and she's in the original Avengers, so I think everyone understands why she got the screen time she got. Hawkeye, an original Avengers, he only got 4 more minutes than Black Widow. And War Machine, he's been around since literally the first MCU movie, while John Cheadle didn't play War Machine until like the second Iron Man, I believe. He's been around since his character anyway has been around since the beginning. Ant-Man, he plays a very important role in the movie and to stopping Thanos. So of course he gets 38 minutes, and he wasn't in the first Infinity War. So if you actually watch the movie, it makes sense from a writing standpoint why these characters got the screen time they got. But again, that's why SJWs ruin everything like Star Wars. They don't care about writing or what makes sense. They see females and that's all they care about. They think that Captain Marvel should get more screen time, but why? Why should Okoye get more screen time? They didn't build the MCU. No one's going to see Endgame for these characters. They're going to see Endgame for Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow. Like I said, the MCU was started and built by white actors, white directors. Stan Lee, the person who created the Marvel Universe, is a white man. So I find it kind of funny how why when it comes to the white man's creation, they like to shoehorn in all kinds of diversity, but when it comes to a black man's creation or a female's creation, no one's sister and says they have to be diverse. No one was complaining about the fact that Jordan Peele only really starred black people. We're only starring black people in his movies until he announced that he wouldn't star a white person in his movies, which a lot of people defend. A lot of the SJWs who are complaining about the screen time in Endgame defended Jordan Peele, which I would agree with them because he has the right to star whoever he wants in his films. I don't know why he has to announce that he's not going to star any white people, but he has the right to star whoever he wants. And I believe all directors should do that. If you're a female director, a black director, and you're sitting there complaining about diversity and representation in Hollywood, then make your own films and star black people, star women, whatever. Stop forcing your diversity into other people's stuff.